Hi everyone and welcome to This Black Girl Loves Anime. My name is Fatima, but you can call me Tima. So I guess let's get started. So this is my very first voiceover, my very first video. So I'm not going to know what I'm doing. So please bear with me and please forgive me if you hear things in the background or I'm in New York and when you live in New York, it's always a lot of noise. So I'll do my best to edit all of those things out. But with that said, yeah, so a little bit about me and what my channel is about. My channel is pretty much going to be about me discussing the animes that I'm following, the animes that I've watched that I love, any mangas that I may have discovered through various manga websites guys, sorry. And so pretty much that's what my channel is about. So a little bit about me is that I started watching anime many years ago, and I started off watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, and I love them because for me, those animes had changed the way I saw creative thinking and how the world could be if we just lived in an alternate universe. And so that's how my mind was, and it influenced even my writing to this day. I can't seem to write a regular story, and even my stories aren't good, guys, so I don't even know if I would ever share it. But when I do write, it's always very fantasy but this is because of the influence of Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and powers and wizards and all this stuff. So it had greatly influenced my life. And so when I started watching anime many years ago, I loved it. Then I stopped. I flat out stopped watching it because I couldn't take it anymore, because there was an episode of Sailor Moon, and I know it sounds crazy to bring up Sailor Moon, but it was my first and my beloved that I refuse to this day to even rewatch. But Pegasus is a character that came in, he and Minnie Moon, which is Sailor Moon's daughter in the future, was in love. And then at least I thought that they were in love, but he left her. And I was really heartbroken by that, because I was just like, what? I thought when people love each other that, they stick around. No, this dude left her. And I was so devastated. 2 weeks in, I was just like, I'm no longer watching anime again. And so for many years, I stopped watching anime. And it wasn't until recently, last year, my brother was just like, you know what? You should watch this anime. It's called Attack on Titan. And for me, I was just like, no, I'm not doing anime. I'm not going to fall into the anime trap, because when you do, that's it, right? And I didn't want the disappointment of, the heartaches that come with anime. At least that's what I thought anime was about. Then finally, I overheard a scene that they were watching. I guess it's season 2, the last episode, when Eren and Mikasa, when he made that speech before he punched the Titan, and I listened to that speech and I was just like, wow, oh my god, this shit is powerful. It was so beautiful, me just hearing it from the back. So 2 weeks later, I gave it a try. The first episode scared the shit out of me. I was just like, what am I watching? I was just like, this is not the anime I remember. This is a lot of blood. I thought anime was all about love and hugs and kisses and, butterflies. But no, that's not the case. And so from there, I realized how much I loved animes like that. And how, it's not all about romance. And so I started to, afterwards, look for animes that weren't romance based, because I didn't want to go down the whole romance trap. So I found Free Iwatobi Swim Club. That was my very first anime that I found on my own, and I loved the relationship between the guys. I loved their friendship. I loved their struggles. Even though it's not terrible struggles, it's not coming out of poverty and then becoming successful. It's just learning to swim, being reuniting with your rival that you love so much, and it's a beautiful story, guys. Check it out. And it's also the same animation. The studio that made the animation Free is Kyoto Animation, which was set on fire a couple of weeks ago. And I remember when I got the call saying, oh, check this studio, make sure that the studio isn't the studio that makes My Hero Academia. And the minute my sister said the name of the studio, I was just in shock. Like, I started crying. I was just like, what does this mean? Like, when you say fire, what does a fire, what is this? And so I did my little research and I went online. And yo, it was a huge fucking fire. It killed people. There was some psycho who went in there and killed fucking innocent people. And I was devastated because in my head I was just like, you took innocent people away from their family. You took innocent people away from their fans. Listen, everyone in the anime studio, whether they worked on Free or not, I love this animation studio for the fact that they were able to produce an animation as beautiful as Free. And I mean, guys, if you don't watch Free, check it out. If you're a guy, don't worry, it's nothing yaoi, you know. It's just relationships between guy friends and how close guy friends could be in a beautiful world. And it's really beautiful, so do check it out. But I was really devastated by the incident because this was the first anime that I found on my own since coming back and since, you know, gradually starting to watch anime again. So yes, my thoughts and prayers to the families and to the studio, and we'll just be waiting. I'll be patient. You know, I was looking forward to 2023, but you know what? When it gets released, if it ever does, I will be waiting. You guys are my first love, and I will always support and, you know, be there when you guys are ready to you know, produce more beautiful animation. But from there, from Free, I found Tokyo Ghoul. And from Tokyo Ghoul, I found Black Clover. From Black Clover, I read the comments, and then you have all the My Hero fans like trashing like Black Clover. So I checked out eventually. It took me months to check out My Hero. Then it became like one of my favorite animes of all time. But yeah, I'll talk about like how that happened in another story, in another video. But my journey back into anime, it took a very long time, and now that I'm here, I'm madly obsessed. I'm madly like obsessed with the different storylines, the different type of animes. I didn't know that there could be anime without romance, even though there's romance hinted in some of them. I loved it. But then here's the funny thing. I don't mind watching romance animes, but I find that I would more likely watch an anime when it's two guys, you know? And let me explain why. I think as a female and someone who has watched romance movies, read romance books, and watched the animes as a, you know, as a child, I've seen that story. I've seen your variations, right? Like, girl falls in love with a good guy, bad boy, whatever, hardship of the relationship, whatever that may be. I've seen that already. However, what I haven't seen and I haven't watched or I haven't read is a story of how two guys get together. And I've been obsessed. Now with the yaoi, some of it is it's okay, but then a lot of it is too much for me. But I am obsessed with it, and I'm going to share one of my favorite boy romance, and that is Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivations. Guys, I started reading the manga on Manga Rocks, and then from there I went to find the anime because I heard that there was an anime. It took me a very long time to find this anime, but I searched till I found it. I watched it without any subtitles. Then I found the subtitles, so I rewatched the series again. And then I read the entire story that is posted online. If you want to know, send me a message. I will give you the website to go to. But I read this story in a weekend, and I kept thinking, oh my god, there's a story this beautiful. This story is beautiful, guys. Check it out. But that's pretty much how I started, and that's why I created this channel, because I do want, like, a channel where I can just talk about the animes that I love, the animes that I discovered, and share with those of you to get my point of view of the anime. And what I won't ever do is give theories. I feel like theories are great, but my theories will never be accurate. I might play around with some, like for instance, in Black Clover, I really do think Yuno and Asta are siblings, right? That's just what I think. It's not facts. The author never said this, but for me, it just seems likely that they would be siblings. And so I may talk about stuff like that or what I think is going on, but never take my word for it. I'm just a viewer like you are, or I'm trying to encourage you to check out this anime because I love it so much. So that is pretty much what my channel is going to be. So if if this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe. If you like this video, hit the like button, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.